Welcome back, Maxis, to another video on Big Bang Racing, and today we'll be checking out the results of the 5th competition of the NACC, which the topic was Fantasy. I'll showcase the level in order that they came to me, and I'll score them appropriately to the scores that I gave them. So first in all is the level by Venice 117, NACC Phoenix Cave. I also added one extra thing to this challenge, which is an extra point for the best level thumbnail, and this level got it. I think that in comparison to all other level thumbnails, this one had the best. Of course, many people didn't know that. I decided to add it because that makes it more interesting, and then we'll see more better level thumbnails in the future. So that was Phoenix Cave. I gave this a 3 out of 5 in decoration because it is well decorated, but it is pretty monotonous. It has rocks, electric, and dirt, and that is all. Of course, the Phoenix at the end does give it a plus, else it would have been 2.5. On quality, on how good it is to play, I give it a 2.5 out of 5. I know that I do not have the same CC as Venice 117, and I tried to take that in consideration when I was rating the quality of this level, but still I can see that there are many unsmooth sections on this level, and in originality I decided to also give it 2.5 out of 5 because the main idea of the level is pretty original, but the sections themselves aren't very original. That is why this level got 8 out of 15 without any extra points, but then because it had NACC on the title, it got 1 extra point because one of the levels didn't have it, and it had the best level thumbnail. So it got 2 extra points. That gets it to 10 out of 15 points, which is pretty good, 2/3 of the points, even though 2 of them are extra points, but still pretty good. The next level that I have gotten is by Speed ? And it's Speed's Fantasy. As you can see, this is the level that didn't have the NACC. So you see here you're stuck, and you can see that portal right there, and you try to get in and you managed to get in. I found that section is really original, but the rest of the level isn't that original itself, so that's why this level also only got 2.5 out of 5 in originality. This section actually is very hard to get what you want us to do. I first thought that you wanted us to go over the rock, and then this section with the elevators below doesn't really work because the elevators aren't necessary. You can just go faster and the rock stays put on the corner, it doesn't fall in the pit, as I guess you planned. So on quality it got only 2 out of 5. Also, it only got 2 out of 5 because the section with the rock really was disturbing. You had to move the rock, and then what? There were no instructions. So yeah, and finally on decoration, I gave it only 1.5 out of 5 points because at the beginning the decoration is really good. I really like the idea that you were having with help and like a cult princess or something like that. And then the trees right after that, the cocks up to that point, the decoration was pretty good, except on top of it with the spinning rocks, you could have decorated the roof a little bit more. But up to that point, the decoration was pretty good, but then everything falls apart. There is no decoration anymore, just the word fantasy, which you might take as a decoration, but to me it isn't that much decoration. So it only got 1.5 out of 5, and it didn't get any extra points because it didn't have NACC on the title. So this level sadly only got 6 out of 15 points. I'm sorry, Speed. I did like how you wrote the text, but you should have decorated the level a bit more thoroughly. The next level that I got sent to me is a level by Snake Striker. It's NACC Fantasy. Now this level, in my opinion, it was really good. It has a type of history, which I found really interesting. It has good decoration. It has NACC Fantasy at the beginning, which doesn't give this any extra points, but it's a cool detail. It also has a lot of dragons. I don't like dragons. That's a part of fantasy. Not all of fantasy's dragons, but there is also a sword like a hero. There are no fairies or something like that, but it's okay. Everyone can draw what they want. It's their levels after all. And yeah, this level does work really well. It has also some sort of castle where you go out to kill the Dragon King. So this level was really cool. I really enjoyed it. It has great decoration. I really like the history of it. That first the dragons attack, and then you go to the dragon's lair, escape of the castle, and kill the Dragon King. So that I found that really cool. I also really like the bricks that then they stop because you go out of the castle. And also the sword signifies that you decide to take on the dragons, because after that, the first dragon, you go on its tail. It's the first dragon that you go on its back, and then you beat the Dragon King. So I found that really, really cool. I don't know if it was on purpose or if it was just a coincidence. Also, the quality of this level, it is pretty smooth. So on decoration, I gave it 4 points out of 5. The decoration is really good in my opinion, and in quality, I decided to give it 4.25 points. And in originality, I gave it 4 out of 5 because it's the only level that has some sort of story, except of the level by speed, but it just has the beginning of a story. But this one has a whole story. The dragons attack. You take the sword and take the dragons on, and then you kill the Dragon King. And so that's why I gave this level 4 points out of 5 in originality. This level also got 1 extra point for having NACC on the title. And now we'll go on to the final level of this challenge. Before I continue, I have to say that this has been the tightest NACC that I have had to rate. Both the first and second levels have been pretty good, so now we'll go to the first. So this level, you have probably seen it. It's Xuran 135 NACC Fantasia. It's a good level, but there are some things that could be fixed. So first in all, I forgot to say, because I'm rating this as a race, not as a tournament, the rating will be different. So of course, in quality, this is a very high quality race. It has lots of path, it's very smooth, so as a race, it does get 5 out of 5 points. In decoration, I only gave it a 4 out of 5 because, even though, yes, it is well decorated, I thought that there are only few really good big attractions, and most of it is just abstract art, to say it in a way, which of course is still decoration, but it's still a bit more repetitive than the decoration of the different dragons, in my own opinion, because each dragon have their own design. But still, both of these got the same amount of points, so both of them got 4 out of 5 in decoration. And finally, on originality, you can see that that this level isn't very original in my own opinion. It is a good race, but it is a race and it doesn't bring something really, really cool. Maybe on the dragon section, it is pretty original. It has a dragon there, which is pretty cool. It has some little houses, which weren't on the other levels. So that is why I gave this level 3.5 points on originality. So congratulations, Xuran. You have just won by 0.25 points this challenge. I congratulate you. In my own opinion, if you prefer abstract art, of course Xuran won, but if you prefer normal art or not abstract art, then maybe you think that Snake Striker won. I really found Snake Striker's level pretty original in terms of story, because I really haven't seen a level that has many levels that have that type of design. So really, not only congratulations to you, Xuran, but also to you. Snake Striker. Both of you made great levels, and you can answer to me in the comments if you think that the winner really deserved the win, or if you're in disagreement with one of the ratings that I made. Thank you, Maxis, for watching, and see you guys next time.